Hi, my name is Mary, and I just turned 18 and had just entered college. Throughout the years, I was always called ugly because of my gap tooth. My mom had always encouraged through the years and always told me to be myself, regardless of the circumstances. Entering college seemed like a nightmare, another round of anxiety and taunting. Mary, you are the best version of yourself that can ever be, my mom said as she got ready to drop me off. You are very beautiful, you know, she said, packing my books in my bag. I'll be fine, I finally said as I made mine to the car. Getting to school, I made my way to my new class and sat at the front seat as usual. I couldn't bear to sit in the midst of my mockers. I hardly spoke a word, not to anyone, not even to myself. It was time for lunch, and I took space to myself to eat my homemade sandwich. Suddenly, this guy carrying a weird expression on his face walked up to me. My name is Paul, he said as he sat beside me. Mary, I replied, my eyes fixed on my food. I see you are new here. Why is this guy trying to have a conversation with me? I thought to myself. Yes, I am, the words finally coming out of my mouth. I can show you around if you want, he said again. Without thinking about it, I rejected his offer. I'm good, thank you. You are too beautiful to be sitting alone. Only my mom says I'm beautiful. Who does this guy think he is? I thought. Thank you, Paul, I said again. He said again, we should see after class. He stood to leave as he left a note on the table. I made my way back to class and unfolded the piece of paper. It read, You are so beautiful and I would love to be more than friends with you. Can we meet at the cafe? I was blushing as I read the contents of the paper. Someone actually likes me. I couldn't wait for the end of class to meet my admirer. Finally, the bell rang, signaling the end of the day's work. With my face in a full smile, I packed my bag in search of Paul. I found the cafe and made my way inside. He was sitting on the table, and as soon as he saw me enter, he hugged me. Full of enthusiasm, I clung on to him. I'm glad you came, he said as he offered me a seat. So what are we doing here? I asked him as my eyes searched the room. With his eyes fixed on mine, he carried his lips to kiss mine. A chilly feeling ran through my body. As our lips met, the doors suddenly opened and a stream of people came rushing with their phones in their hands and were screaming, Gap tooth, gap tooth, gap tooth. I didn't understand what was happening. I looked at him expecting an explanation, but he burst into laughter and was shouting, She fell for it. I ran out of the cafe and called my mom to come pick me up. The journey home was rather absurd as I cried until we got home. I'm never seeing him or anyone again, I said in between tears. What's your story? True Tales wants to hear it. If you also have any such moment, you can share it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos, and press the bell icon for more updates.
Hello everyone, I am Arena, and I am 17 years old. Until last year, I was in a relationship with Ryan. I was crazy about him and used to love him from the bottom of my heart. Everything was going so well until Joya came into our life. Joya was my neighbor. Last year in Jan, she came to live next to my house. No sooner we became friends, and I introduced her with Ryan. Slowly, I found Ryan's behavior getting changed for me. I observed that Joya provokes him against me. I tried hard to explain Ryan, but his brain was totally washed by her, and I ended up breaking a relationship with him. Joya was the one who spoiled my love relationship. I was fully broken from inside, and I cried a lot. Joya had snatched Ryan from me. The same night I kept thinking what Ryan and Joya did to me. The next morning, I woke up and went to my room's window. I saw my neighbors gathered, talking to each other. I was wondering what happened outside, and out of curiosity, I went out and asked my brother John, What happened? He replied, Joya is missing. What? I yelled. I was astounded and confused. I kept thinking, how is it possible? Yesterday, we met each other. So I decided to go out to know what happened exactly. When I went there, I heard rumors that Joya is missing since night. I wasn't allowed to go to her house because, according to people, I was too young. After this incident, everyone stopped hanging out. To be honest, I was happy from inside because Joya had done wrong to me. But one thing which was bothering me was, who did it and why? Then I saw Ryan coming towards Joya's house. I went to him and asked, "Do you know where is Joya?" He got shocked and replied, "I came here to meet her." 6 months later, I saw her in a cafe with one boy. I was stunned looking at her because everybody was searching for her all these days. Her parents were worried. I went to her to ask her the truth, but she ran as soon as she saw me. I followed and finally caught her. I asked her, "Where were you, Joya? Why did you this?" She laughed in a cunning manner. "Irina, you want to know the truth?" she asked. She said she was in a relationship with Rocky for the past 3 years. When she saw my love for Ryan, she thought to break it. She created a misunderstanding and started provoking Ryan against me. My breakup was the right time when she thought to run away with Rocky so that everyone would blame me and I'll be punished. She hated me very much because I was beautiful than her. Everybody, including her parents, praised my beauty. She wanted to hurt me, so she planned all this. I was shocked to hear all of it and was wondering, how could one girl do this to another girl? Because of her selfish motive, I lost my love of life. What's your story? True Tales wants to hear it. If you also have any such moment, you can share it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos and press the bell icon for more updates.
Hi there, my name is Alyssa, and this is a story about when my life got turned upside down. It all started when our neighbour and my mother's best friend Betty stopped by our house one morning. She had a brainstorm of an idea. She had convinced my mum that they should do a neighbourhood spring cleaning sale. And so my mum thought this was an awesome idea and decided to do some spring cleaning. She asked me to help her with this project and told me she wanted to completely clear out the entire barn in our back property. However, I wanted no part of anything that had the word work involved. We had a small argument about it, and I told her that I already have plans to stay at my friend Tiffany's this weekend to complete a summer project for back to school. She was very upset with me. I could tell by the way she stomped her foot and huffed at me and said, "Whatever." I thought to myself, phew, quick thinking, summer school project. What a joke. It didn't matter to me. I was off to Tiff's for the weekend. When the weekend was over and I returned home, it was really strange. As I pulled into the driveway, our barn looked strange to me. It stood out more than I remembered. Then, as I walked closer, I realized I could see the other side of the backyard through the windows and that the sun was completely shining through. Now, I can't imagine how many truckloads or who she bribed to help her with this ludicrous idea that Betty got her into. But our gigantic barn, that's just about the size of most people's small houses, was now empty. I went inside the house, saw my mum having coffee with Betty. I said, "Hi Mum, good morning. How was your weekend? How did your sale go?" She replied, "It was amazing. I made over a few $1,000s. I asked her, "How on earth did you get everything out of the barn? Who went through all the stuff?" She said, "Oh, that was easy since we didn't have any help. We told everyone that it was a blind barn auction, so everyone bid on a box without seeing inside. As we auctioned off the boxes, when they won a box, they took it. Really easy. That's why they call it a blind auction." So I said, "Wow, that's insane. But hey, glad you made out like a bandit, Mum." Well, as it turns out, my mother's blind auction turned out to be my biggest nightmare. When school started that September, my friend Tiffany came running out of the front doors at me, trying to stop me from going into the school. As I entered, I was never so humiliated in all my life. Someone had bought one of the boxes my mum auctioned, and all of my bald childhood baby pics were posted all over the hallways. I guess the joke was sure on me for not helping my mother that weekend. What's your story? True Tales wants to hear it. If you also have any such moment, you can share it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos, and press the bell icon for more updates.
I'm Lily, and when I was 18, a rich guy tried buying my love. I've always been a beautiful girl with long curly hair that is the perfect shade of reddish brown. Additionally, a curvy body and a pearly white smile. Even though I consider myself attractive, I never knew I would get this kind of attention from a man. I had no idea the stranger I was about to meet would shower me with attention and love. I went to the grocery store one day after work. I had changed out of my corporate formal wear into something more casual, jeans that hugged my hips, and a t-shirt that molded around my bosom just right. Once I picked a few items, I realized there was a man that had been following me around the store for quite some time. He wasn't conventionally attractive, but he had certain qualities one would adore, such as broad shoulders, very tall with tan skin, and dark brown eyes. I began making my way to the register, and once it was my turn to pay, I heard a voice from behind me go, "I've got that." He smiled gently at me as he proceeded to insert his platinum card into the machine. I've never seen a card like that before. At the bottom, it said, "Honored member." I began to ponder why he was paying for my groceries. "You didn't have to do that," I muttered to him, trying to stay calm because now I was about to start loading my groceries into the trunk of my old and little car. He had parked right next to me in his Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. I stood there gobsmacked as my mouth hung open in awe and wonder at it. Who was this mystery man? I decided to ask him precisely. "Who are you and why did you pay for my groceries?" in a very snappy tone. He looked at me desperately, as if I never noticed him before he put the card into the machine 5 minutes prior. He relented, admitting, "I've been watching you for weeks now. Your pattern, where you work, where you live, everything. I know it sounds crazy, but I've fallen for you by just being an onlooker, and I want to give you the life I know a girl like you deserves. If you give me a chance, let me buy your love. Dinner on Friday can be a start." He looked at me tenderly and more confident now. What did I have to lose? I contemplated. Dinner with a wealthy man, even though he seemed a bit obsessive. I caved. Sure, why not? Friday sounds like a plan. What time and where? I asked now, trying to take reign of the situation. "I'll handle all of that, don't you worry. Just look pretty by 8 p.m. he said as he strutted to the other side of the G-Wagon to hop in. "Wait, I never even got your name," I partly yelled. In the G-Wagon that revved up, he rolled down the windows with sunglasses on at night. Nonetheless, he lowered them a little, just enough to gaze at me. "I'm the CEO of the firm in which you work for." Now I knew why he had that information about me. But I didn't let it stop me from allowing his advances. The date went wonderfully, and he continues to shower me with the love and attention I always wanted from a man. Now, 4 years later, we are happily married and our love story will continue, and we still shop at that same little grocery store together every weekend. What's your story? True Tales wants to hear it. If you also have any such moment, you can share it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos and press the bell icon for more updates.